Yo, Lululemon kind of lost their mind earlier this week. There's a story that's been lingering for a while. I guess it happened at the end of last month, and it's just kind of carried over, and it's kind of grown out of this absolutely ludicrous situation. So, Lululemon fired two employees that confronted masked robbers. Interesting. Did they beat him about the back of the head? Did they use excessive force or anything? Nope, just simply confronted them. All right. Two Georgia women, including an assistant manager, are blasting Lululemon for sacking them from their jobs after they called the police. Oh, they simply called the police while three masked men pillaged the store. Shocking video shows the brazen thieves burst into the Peachtree Corner store in Metro Atlanta. Well, you know the demographics of Atlanta. Even if they were wearing masks or were completely covered up, you wouldn't necessarily know any identifying characteristics except for the can of grape soda and the what the fuck you got over there, hood. So if you were to eventually provide an accurate description to the police or chase anybody down, you'd be not all that likely to recover the merchandise. Just saying. No, 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 no. You cannot march back out, former assistant manager Jennifer Ferguson can be heard saying. The looters, who had allegedly struck the store nearly a dozen times prior, what the fuck? Okay, momentarily stood in the store doorway and stared at the woman before jumping back inside to snatch several more pairs of leggings. Seriously, get out. Yeah, fuck it. I made my joke to begin with. It's like when you have, like wild animals that come into your house and you just grab the broom and go, get out of here. Move. It's like that. Except for they weren't physical. They just decided to get the police on this. And then all of a sudden, no, you did a bad thing. Why exactly? Huh? Just say it. Why? Seriously, get out of here, the frustrated retail worker says to the men. Chill, bitch. Shut your ass up. One of the thieves can be heard responding. The women follow the group outside and watch as they pile into their getaway car. Was it a Buick LeSabre? But notably, do not try to physically stop the thieves. So nobody touched anybody. It was just simply, hey, that's our stuff. Don't take my stuff. That's my stuff. It's not yours. You pay for that shit. You break, you buy. And then they called the police. Probably got a license plate number, and it's like they just stole a whole bunch of shit. And what did they end up doing for their good citizenry? Well, you already know what time it is. Instead, they reported the robbery to Gwinnett Police Department, who later tracked down the thieves and charged them with the felony robbery charges. Hey, good for them, man. Hey, you're solid police work, solid witness accounts, and it looks like wrongs have been righted. The move, however, cost them their jobs. Okay, we're not supposed to get in the way. You kind of clear a path for whatever they're going to do, Ferguson told 11 Alive. What? And then, after it's over, you scan a QR code, and that's it. We've been told not to put in any notes because they might scare other people. Sorry, what? That might scare other people if you write down notes. We're not supposed to call the police. We're not really supposed to talk about it. Oh, okay. Ferguson and 5-year team member Rachel Rogers, who captured the robbery on camera, said that they were openly questioned by a regional manager on the decision to call the police before they were fired from the store. Ferguson's husband, Jason, took to Facebook and commended the women and slammed Lululemon, which, if you know anything about the history of the store, the entire reason for selecting that name is because the CEO, who we're going to hear from right now, found the way that Asian people, because this was founded, I'm pretty sure, in Vancouver, which again, just another big fat fucking L from Canada. They found the problem that Asians have pronouncing L's hilarious, so a slight based point for them, but then they lost everything the way that they're handling this. So from the CEO, who fired employees for confronting thieves standing by their decision, it's only merchandise. It's only your store. You're reinforcing these awful practices. You're putting other stores at risk by not prosecuting shoplifters, you fuck. We have a zero tolerance policy. We train our educators, which, God. Yo, man, I remember working a couple of, corporate gimmick jobs as well. And they had some fucked up logic as to not call people, employees, just have like regular titles for people, not even trying to brainwash anybody. In my specific instance, it wasn't so much what your title was, it was what you weren't allowed to say to customers. Hi, how's your day going? And then initiating conversation off of that. Oh, just saying that to begin with is too past saying, we don't say that around here. And then getting browbeat every time you say that. Fuck you. Do what I want. Lululemon's CEO Calvin McDonald told CNBC during Friday's Squawk on the Street, educators is what Lululemon calls their workers. Yes, educators. Well, you can see why they had the blatant disregard for the employees there if they knew that they were called educators, because they didn't finish high school. McDonald's claimed that the two fired female workers, one of whom was the assistant manager, were not fired for calling the cops, but because they didn't abide by the company's policy. So they weren't fired for calling the cops. They were just fired because the manual said they can't call the cops. Makes sense. Which says employees shouldn't engage with thieves. It didn't. It didn't engage with them. Videotaped everything, and still you would have had close security cam footage of the situation too. So are you gonna fire your alarm company? Just wondering. Here's that cuck right there. Ferguson said that once a robbery occurs, workers are instructed, yes, scan a QR code, whatever. However, McDonald's said the policy is in place because we put the safety of our team, of our guests, front and center. It's only merchandise. You can see in the GIF that's right there. Yeah, put the security of the guests first and foremost. Next time, just hold the door open for them, just so you know. The two guests in that situation don't, bump their hand or, just accidentally sprain their hands, when they're trying to leave the store with all your stolen merchandise. They're trained to step back, let the theft occur. Oh my God. Imagine extrapolating that out to just SA. If you know what SA stands for, yeah, no, just read this and that. Read that with this at front of mind. They're trained to step back, let the theft occur, and know that there's technology and that there's cameras and that we're working with law enforcement. Exactly what they helped facilitate. They had cameras and they were working with law enforcement. What the fuck is going on? The workers in the now viral video were seen knowingly breaking the policy and engaging with the thieves. This is the highest level of victim blaming that I've seen in a long fucking time. Lululemon spokesperson reiterated that Ferguson and Roger were fired for physically engaging with the perpetrators. They weren't physical at all whatsoever. Couldn't catch up to them because, they're, on average faster than, Yeah, the representative also pointed to the company's policy titled Employer Responsible to External Theft, which states that the Vancouver-based retailer, see, I got that right, has a zero tolerance policy on chasing or physically engaging with guests when a theft or suspected theft occurred. This also includes leaving the store to pursue a guest or gather additional information about the suspected or observed theft. Holy shit. Well, okay. You know what? I can see what the store is going for, what the company's going for on that, because, okay, they're piling into a getaway van. You don't want to end up going cleaning anybody up afterwards. Kind of makes sense. It makes a little bit of sense. But in this situation, this is one of those case-by-case situations where it's like, okay, everything ended up working out. Good job for that. Okay, give them a gold star. Or, hey, just, I don't know, not fire somebody for doing a good job. Sure, they broke the rule. But in actuality, if you've worked for anybody before, not so much rules as there are guidelines. I would imagine if it was Carl and Lance who were breaking into the store, it would have been a little bit different. You would have taken a more tactful approach. But policies like this are what ended up making way for laws like this. California Senate passes bill preventing employees from requiring staff to stop shoplifters. Now everybody just go ahead and de facto adopts the Lululemon policy. Why would you open up a store in California at all whatsoever where the law is now on the side of the people that are stealing your stuff? Those buildings got life insurance though. Fucking Christ, man. California State Senate passed a bill last week that would prevent employers from requiring employees to intervene to stop shoplifting, a growing scourge in the state since the enactment of criminal justice reforms. SB 553, introduced by Silicon Valley State Senator David Cortez, a Democrat. Well, of course, the fucking Democrat in California, is described as the bill to prevent and monitor workplace violence. Well, okay, they come in and steal. They're initiating the violence off rip, but okay. But it also includes a provision that every employer shall establish, implement, and maintain firearms. No? Oh, okay. And at all times and in all of the employer's facilities, a workplace violence prevention plan for the purposes of protecting employees. Great. Fantastic. So everything's going to be... So Oh my God. Okay, so just imagine you had to gun to your head, the shoplifter's gun to your head, because you're not allowed to protect yourself in California. Fucking wild. But anyways, okay, just think about it, because you guys have probably also seen those videos that were just rampant online. I think it was a Target. Back when people were kind of, ambivalent to Target before they went to, super gay. But there was a video going around. I think it was a Glendale Target where everything, literally everything, was kept behind locked glass. So what are you doing? Just creating an extra step to have people come over and unlock the case, and then they can just immediately start emptying shit? Or is the only thing that the employees at these businesses supposed to do, or is just to carry around the reusable bag? So it's like, okay, hi, welcome to the store. Please don't punch me in the face and fill this up to your heart's content. If you'd like to stop by the register, that would be appreciated, but it's not mandatory at this point in time, because that's what the law is. That's what it is right now. San Francisco Bay Area Fox affiliate KTVU reported retail associations are furious, believing the bill will tell potential thieves that they can steal goods at will. Yeah, exactly. If you're putting more restrictions on the employees and the employers, as opposed to, I don't know, trying to correct the criminal mistakes that you guys have been making, that's exactly what that reads as. You're not reinforcing any sort of consequences for the bad behavior. So what are you ending up doing? Decriminalizing theft. That's what this is right here. So, hey man, California, you get what you fucking deserve. Continue to vote Democrat and enjoy your societal decline. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Codswell. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.